All right, good morning. Happy hump day. We have reached midweek and we are ready to get you overall well. I like these Wednesdays because we cover the entire spiritual, mental, and physical side that I love to talk about in the triangle of life. So I'm down in our workout gym and we're going to cover wellness today. And I mean wellness from the whole body. So let's do this together. Let's take care of your mind. If you're struggling with anything, drop it in the comments because something you say might be affecting someone else and they need to hear it just to give them permission to feel what they're feeling and know that they can walk through that. We're going to take you through a workout over my shoulder. I've got 4 workouts that I put on my board that I have a lot of my clients go through. And I'm going to take the top left one. And over the next 4 weeks, we're going to go through all of them with you on either a Wednesday or on a Friday. We've got the news you can use. We're going to break down some Olympic coverage. And then again, getting into our workout, we'll give you an idea of some things that are coming up on the Real Monica Adams show as well that you can be a part of. Be sure to drop in your comments. We are on multiple platforms right now. Facebook, both of my pages. So if you're watching on our personal page, which is my Monica Adams Quentin page, do me a favor, come over to Monica Adams because that's where the comments come in. And sometimes I know people feel all out on the island by themselves when they're on their personal page and they don't get a chance to shout out to us or interact with the community. So come over to my Monica Adams page so you can comment there. We are also on YouTube, on Instagram, on X, and on Rumble. So if you have anybody that is not on Facebook, let them know that they can watch on those other platforms. I also want to talk about yesterday's show. So there's always copyright things that might flag on YouTube or Facebook. So if you tried to find my show yesterday and it was temporarily gone, that's because there were a couple of videos. Actually, I'm hoping that it's back. Kelsey actually can let me know if yesterday's show is showing up. I know it is for me, but I thought it was showing that there was still a ban on it. On YouTube, I was up really late last night editing out the 2 videos that they said that there was a copyright issue with. Pulled them off. So it's definitely back on YouTube. And we had a ton of views on yesterday's show because my beautiful intern and friend, Kelsey, who is moderating this morning, she joined me for about 20 minutes and we went through some Olympic coverage. And Kelsey's really big into watching the Olympics like a lot of you. So if there's anything you saw that I don't mention, be sure to drop those in. But if you, my mom was actually saying, where was the show? And I said it was temporarily down. So if you did not see yesterday's show, be sure to watch that. Good morning, Sean, Julie, Kelsey, Julie, Fabian. Good morning to all friends. If you're just tuning in, let me know where you're watching from. You can let us know what platform you're on. And again, anything that's troubling you, feel free to drop it. That's the real aspect of life that we need more of today. All right, let's get real here. It is really, really hot. Not only that, you might obviously know that it has been extremely humid and high heat index, but what you may not know is there could be some severe thunderstorms depending on what counties you are in. Now, this is going to be more to the north and northeast of us. So those counties in Illinois to the north of us. However, they just alerted that there could be a possibility that it moves a little bit to the south. So to say that St. Louis is completely out of the picture is not true. We could see some of that, but to the north is really where the majority of that is being centered in on. So Wednesday, Thursday, 2 really extremely hot days, 99 and 98. Now that's the high temperature wise. The big deal is the heat index. 110 to 112, and it is stifling hot. If you were out yesterday and you felt it, oppressive heat, dangerous heat. That's why you see the red lit up. Again, this is for all the people who work outside. This is not to be taken lightly. In fact, if you combine thunderstorms, hurricanes, all of that together, there are more heat-related illnesses, which blows a lot of people's minds, but it's because it doesn't get a lot of media coverage. But it is true, more heat-related deaths and illnesses than tornadoes and thunderstorms and hurricanes combined. So we do not want you to take this lightly. If you have to, and I do mean have to be outside, please take care of yourself. Wear light-fitting and light-colored clothing. Make sure you have extra water. And if at all possible, stay out of the heat. Check on the elderly, check on the dogs, take care of yourself. I know you love to exercise, so do I, but let's do it inside today like we're going to do. In fact, get your workout underway because we're going to give you a full-blown workout coming up here shortly. Grab your dumbbells. I've got 12s and 15s, and I'm going to take you through a great workout. In fact, I would put your watches on if you've got those Fitbits or those Apple Watches so you can see blasting some calories, and then have having your workout done before you get on with your day. Again, heat index 110 to 112 over the next couple of days. And again, you may see some rain pop up in this. Friday, slight chance, but we're dropping down to 92. So about a 20% chance of rain on Friday. And then it looks great for the weekend. Beautiful pool days, by the way. 91 on Saturday, 92 on Sunday. We get into next week, it starts to ramp up. Temperature-wise, again, we're not looking at high heat indexes yet, but things could change. 93 on Monday, 95 on Tuesday. That is how it looks for you forecast-wise over the next several days. Please take care of one another, right? That's the beautiful show of kindness. Good morning to Kathleen, Linda. Zach is on this morning. Good morning to you. Debbie, good morning. Tuning in the morning. We love having you. Luann, good morning as well. I'm going to always be popping over and looking at our other platforms as well. So if you're on Instagram, feel free to drop in a comment. Hello, Dr. Sarah. Be sure to watch Dr. Sarah on with me next Tuesday. She's actually out of town Monday. I believe taking her daughters back to school because it is August after all, starting tomorrow. So everybody's getting back to school, driving those kids off to their college campuses. So she'll be on with us Tuesday instead of Monday with our Ask the Doctor Medical Monday segment. On Monday, we're going to have Scott and Johanna Schusler from Adventure Unknown, which I'll be talking about in this hour. We will be at Adventure Unknown on Thursday from 4:30 to 6. How many of you are going to join us? It's going to be a really awesome show. We're going to take you through the entire place, which, as I mentioned, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and talk about it now before we get into the news you can use. Adventure Unknown is a place that's been there for just now over a year, and it's in the Fenton, Missouri area. It is so cool. It is a community that is waiting there for you, that truly is going to take you and catapult you where you want to go in life. If you've been hanging around friends that are not lifting you up, they're not the best for you, I'm telling you, this is your community. It's really where St. Louis's driven spirits find their tribe. And I'm just going to take you on the inside to take a look at this. That's what you find when you walk in the doors. I had no idea what I was walking into. A friend invited us. And I thought, what is this place? This is incredible. So if it's just from a social standpoint, you can go, you can hang with this wonderful community of friends. You can go into the speakeasy, which blew my mind. I want to do one of our segments inside of the speakeasy. You want to go and have a drink. Guys can have, well, I should say guys and girls, have a cigar, come out, play pickleball, play ping pong. You want to play those old school video games. They've got all of that. And then maybe from a business standpoint, you're looking to hold conferences, you're looking to hold meetings, but you don't want to do it in your home, right? You don't want to do it in just some space that looks like just 4 little walls and you're closed into this crazy looking white room with nothing on it. You want to really showcase your business. All of these things available to you at Adventure Unknown. And as I mentioned, we are going to be there for you next Thursday, mark it on the calendar, 4:30 to 6, taking you through the whole place, talking about some incredible travel that these friends do together. And then afterwards, just hanging around and doing a little meet and greet in the social hour. So I'd love to see you. Tell me if you are going to be joining us. I know there's a handful of my clients that said they're coming. Crystal, who's a big viewer of our show, she and her boyfriend said that they want to come out there. We have some really incredible, I can't tell you yet, it's kind of a secret right now, behind the scenes we're working on. And I do mean mind-blowing giveaways that you have to be in person for, like maybe a trip, maybe some really cool wine pairings, and there's more. Let's just say that. We were on a really long call yesterday getting ready for all of this. So you don't want to miss it. Again, that's next week. We're going to talk about the two that came up with it, though, on Monday morning at 7 a.m. All right. Super, super cool. All right. Let's get into some news you can use. And I want to thank Carrie for sending this to me last night. This is not something that we should be proud of. Missouri has the second most aggressive drivers in the country, and this is according to Forbes magazine. Yeah, a new study in Forbes shows that drivers in some states experience those aggressive drivers much more often than others. The study looked at several different categories. They gave a percentage of drivers who reported certain confrontational behaviors and then gave each state a score from 0 to 100 based on their findings. As you're viewing this morning, and maybe you're just popping on, let me know what you think. Do you think there's other states that are worse than us? The behaviors that Forbes looked at all included being forced off the road, blocked from merging. I can't stand that. Just, I used to do this when I did traffic reporting. It's called the zipper effect, folks. Just let people in one at a time. And that's the kindness. And then everybody gets on their way. Blocking from merging, changing lanes, cutting off on purpose, tailgating, and insulting or threatening, the whole aspect of road rage. And I have seen it ramp up so much since the pandemic. People started coming back to work and it was like a free for all out on the highway. I swear it looked like the Autobahn when I would go into Channel 5 in the morning. People flying up 55, driving 100 plus miles per hour, and it's never, ever stopped. It's gotten worse, in fact. Landing at the top of the list with the most confrontational drivers was California, where roughly 47% of drivers say they have had another driver cut them off on purpose, and 32% have been on the receiving end of yelling insults, curses, or threats. The Golden State also finished highly ranked in other categories, such as having had another driver exit their vehicle to yell at or fight with them, having had another driver try to block their car from merging or changing lanes, and or having had someone tailgate them on purpose. But right behind California, as you'll see on this list, and we'll take a look at some of the other states that are falling here as well, but just want to know if you agree with this. California, but then right behind it, 2 and 3 are Missouri and Utah, where both states have plenty of drivers cutting them off on purpose. Missouri being ranked as the state with the highest percentage of drivers who have been yelled at 33%. So again, you've got California, then Missouri, then Utah, Oklahoma. So if you've traveled through these areas, let me know if you agree with this. Colorado, Mississippi, Virginia coming in 7th. You've got Indiana there on the list, New York, and Maryland. And Virginia and Indiana are actually tied. That's why you're not seeing an 8 on there. So yeah, that was one of the top things according to Forbes magazine. So let me know. Julie says people are rude. Richard says people don't know how to merge anymore. What are your thoughts? And if you've traveled into any of the other areas that made up that list, do you agree with that? And I would like to know, because we're more about positivity on this show, where do you think the kindest drivers are? Where do you think the people are that use their blinkers, that say, yeah, come on over? Here's my pet peeve. Let me know if you go with me on this. When someone does let you over, by the way, acknowledge them. What happened to and you know what? I can't wait to have this show. Diane Isbell, Hats by Diane. She's been on my show before, but she teaches etiquette classes. So we're going to go into some of this beyond the driving, though. We're going to talk about just etiquette in life. But when someone lets you over, do you do this, by the way? And I overly do it, of making sure that they know, especially since a lot of cars are tinted windows. And I just want to make sure that they can see that I'm saying thanks. I don't just do this, but I will do this, or I'll put my hand out the window in case the tint on the car is too dark, and make sure that they know I'm thanking you for letting me over. Because again, it's not something you absolutely have to do. But do you all do that? Or do you see that that's kind of gone by the wayside as well? Let me know as you're dropping in the comments. Okay, let's talk about the Olympics. We're going to take a quick break. 7:14 in the morning. Love having you with us. Again, share, like, and follow the live stream. We're on for you if you're finding us for the first time. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. live on multiple platforms. And once the show's done, do us a favor and share some of the favorite things that you have that we do with our show. Don't forget about tonight, Wet Your Whistle Wednesdays at Defiance Ridge. We're doing those every other Wednesday for you. And that'll be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, featuring Chuck Gillentine, who is the owner of Wet Your Whistle Wednesday and Defiance Ridge Vineyards. He is our main sponsor of this segment. If you have not been out there, I encourage you to do so. It's an incredible place with obviously great award-winning wines, wonderful food, and amazing music. So they've got some really cool bands that we'll be talking about coming up. That's 4 o'clock this afternoon. Look forward to seeing you there. We'll be right back with a rundown of what happened yesterday in the Olympics in Paris. Everyone knows about Jody's balls, and why is that?
I have the best ball.
Oh my God. Oh, wait.
I'm excited to announce my all-new mattress topper. In the times we're in, I wanted to bring you the best affordable mattress topper ever. So I took my two best technologies and combined them to make the ultimate mattress topper. And now you can get it for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. It all starts with my famous MyPillow foam that provides you that overall full body support. Second is the individual comfort supports that give you an amazing custom sleep experience. It's like it's made specifically for you. The queen size alone has over 14,000 comfort supports. This is the perfect mattress topper to improve any bed. New bed, old bed, your guest beds. Get them for every bedroom in your house. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the all-new My Mattress Topper for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. Don't delay, order today.
And a lot of people have asked me what have I loved most since our relationship with My Pillow. It's the 2.0 series, and I'm always being real. The 1.0 is fine, but I don't like a crazy firm where you can barely put your head on it. But the 2.0, we also truly love the sheets. They are satiny soft and just beautiful colors. The huge towels, like, the ones that just wrap around you like 3 times. Again, amazing deals. I mean, $25 and incredible discounts when you use Monica Adams as your code. So if you haven't, or if you have, let me know what you've bought so far and what you've loved most. I will be real. Let's see. My husband got the coffee because somebody was asking me how the coffee was. He said he loved it. They've got a light, a medium, and a dark roast. I brought those slides or the sandals with me by the pool, took them to Cabo. They're so lightweight. And again, you feel like you're walking on a pillow. So yeah, some fun things. And I just want to thank him again for being a part of our show. Seeing a lot of people that are signing in with us this morning. I saw Allison Arngrim. Remember, we had her on Confessions of a Prairie Bitch. That was the name of her book. She was with us at the Working Women's Show. And looks like, I don't know if she's still on, but if you are, Allison, drop a comment in. Great to see you from, of course, Little House on the Prairie. It's interesting that she would be signing in because we are doing a big meeting today about the 2025 Working Women's Show. And I think the Real Monica Adams team is going to be tied into that again. So if you didn't get a chance to come this year, put that on the calendar for next year. Linda said, I always wave a thank you. So just wrapping up our comments about Missouri being on the list of some really rude drivers. I think I also saw, did Julie make Kathleen? I always try to thank other drivers who let me in, but don't see it happen often. Yeah, people can be extremely rude, but you do your part and maybe it'll have a ripple effect, because we always need that ripple effect of getting people happier and kinder on the roadways and just in life in general. Let me pop over real quick to Instagram to see if there's anybody on here making comments. Nope, not the one. A little quiet today, folks. If you have any aha moments or comments about the Olympics now, go ahead and drop it in. Let's just go right into it. How excited are we about that picture? Yes, we're going to run down the hottest day of the year, by the way, yesterday in Paris, affecting athletes and those attending the Olympics. First heat wave that they experience, a true scorcher. Temperatures just kind of like here in the mid 90s, but that is affecting athletes. That's affecting obviously all of the Olympic goers. So if you've got family or friends, please tell them to be careful. You obviously would want to be a swimmer in this. Triathletes were supposed to be starting today, but that may be delayed again due to the water quality in the Seine River. So that's been delayed the last couple of days. But this picture, if you hadn't seen, and obviously I'm not spoiling anything, I've got friends and family that are texting me all the latest information before I ever get a chance to see it. And we always would say when we would do the Olympics on Channel 5, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know, walk away from the TV, because a lot of people like me watch it like 7 o'clock in the evening until, 9, 10 o'clock at night. But by now, I would hope that you have seen this. If not, I'm delivering the news for you. U.S. women's gymnastics team wins gold. That's right. Simone Biles, absolutely spectacular, along with her entire team. Obviously, despite her calf injury that, yesterday people saw her, or actually say 2 days ago, people were noticing her limping around just a little bit, but nope, she sucks it up. she takes care of it because, after all, she is the GOAT, the ultimate GOAT. Dealing with that calf injury, she surpassed Shannon Miller after both of them had 7 medals. She now leads with 8, dominating to take the medal in the team all around, led by Simone, competing in all 4 events. The Americans have medaled in every Olympics since 1992. And I'm going to pause there before we continue with the rest of what happened in the Olympics yesterday. Did you watch it? I mean, the way all of them, but I'm just going to take Simone for a second. The way she is able to fly through the air, the way she comes out of these triple and quadruple flips and then just bounces down and goes right into the next move. Does it not blow your mind? I mean, that's in every sport. You just look at the endurance of these athletes. You look at the athletic prowess of the athletes, and it's really, I mean, I was an athlete, but that's a whole nother level. You know, when I talk about, do you have another level in you when you're working out? Well, obviously you can see that if you put your heart and soul into it, that you have that. Yeah, Kelsey, I think you and I did it, girl. Yesterday, did you see the story and the reel that we was circulating? If not, you'll see it bounce around social media. But it was she and I both saying, we need more gold, go USA. And what happens? We get another gold. I'm going to give you the medal count in just a second. Linda says the girls gymnastics team did awesome. Swimming was exciting to watch too. I find myself cheering them on to the TV. Exactly. Debbie says, huge gymnastics fan, always very happy for our Team USA for winning the gold. And of course, a huge fan of Simone Biles. She is a phenomenal athlete. But again, we don't want it to just be her. It's the entire team. It's a team effort, right? That's right, Kelsey. Manifestation in all aspects of life. So yes, congratulations. We started with that because that's where the gold medal went to. But this is truly kind of the ebb and flow of life, is it not? So let's talk about this. If you didn't see this happen in tennis, Coco Gauff eliminated from the women's singles portion of the games. She was the reigning U.S. Open tennis champion, but she was defeated by Dana Vesic of Croatia. She actually got in a lengthy argument with an umpire, which truly brought her to tears. She said she feels like she's having to always advocate for herself as an athlete. So the tears that you could see on her face, I hated to see. But I mean, that's, as I mentioned, as an athlete, you know that's what you go through. The tears, the elation, the exhaustion, multiple levels, but I'm not sure if you saw that. We're running through the highlights again of what happened in the Paris Olympics yesterday. Okay, moving on. If you didn't see this, Germany defeating the Americans in 3-on-3 women's basketball. I do want to know, as you're watching the Olympics, what have you found yourself being drawn to the most? What's your favorite sport? I love, obviously, somebody said that they loved watching swimming. I do as well, because I look at that, and especially the dolphin move, it blows my mind. And the way they turn so fast. They were doing the relay when I was getting ready to go to bed last night, and just how fast they're able to go and then turn. And then I go and sit there and swim in my backyard. I'm exhausted after just going one, which is like what, maybe 15 strokes. And then I turn around. I'm like, okay, I need a break. They reminded me of looking at Michael Phelps and Snoop Dogg yesterday. And Snoop was cracking up and saying, yep, I'm already out of breath. And here's Michael Phelps over here just acting like no big deal. All right. I don't know. As I said, if you are watching the Olympics, tell us what has been your favorite. Again, highlights from yesterday. In rugby, sevens team, USA won bronze over Australia. How about that? And then let's go ahead and get into some of the swimming. This is the 100-meter women's 100-meter backstroke. American Reagan Smith and Catherine Burkhoff taking silver and bronze. So we started to rack up more and more medals. And we're going to give you, as I mentioned, the medal count in just a second. But how about that? Also in the 800-meter men's freestyle. So he had a chance to take the platform and stand up there proudly. It is gold for Daniel Whiffen in Ireland, but silver for Bobby Finke from United States. And then the bronze went to Gregorio. I don't know if I can say this name right. I'm not even going to try. Never mind. The guy from Italy, he won bronze. That's the 800-meter freestyle. And again, Florida's Bobby Fink on the podium for the men's 800-meter freestyle. As I said, I was getting ready to go to bed, and it was the men's 4x200-meter freestyle relay. Gold went to Britain. Silver, though, went to United States, and the bronze going to Australia. And then can we all talk about the viral picture that is going all around social media, and I'm sure still being talked about today. And I had to give credit to the photographer, Jerome Brule, maybe. I'm hoping that's how you say his name. Did you see this? A perfect 10 eluded the Brazilian surfer. That's Gabriel Mending. I'm sorry, Gabriel Medina. Yeah, my eyes are so bad now. Gabriel Medina at the Paris Olympics. He, his surfboard, and a photographer are producing something no less than extraordinary. That is not doctored up, by the way. Medina and his surfboard appeared to be levitating a few feet above the ocean water in a celebratory moment during the round of 16 competition. They're in Tahiti. Later, Medina expressed some disappointment that the judges awarded him a 9.90 rather than a perfect 10 for his best wave of the day. That photo again captured the beauty of one of the world's best, but also most dangerous surf spots that resulted in one competitor needing stitches on Saturday. I'm not sure if you saw that, but the photographer actually works for Agence France Press, and he took the photo from a boat nearby the action. Tuesday's men's and women's competitions, by the way, were postponed by officials due to the conditions. We were just talking about the conditions in the area. Did you see that? I mean, I just want to stay on that picture because it's mind-blowing to me. And if you haven't seen the video, you got to see the video because you swear he's not going to come out of the wave. And then he's pumping his hands in the air, and then he puts his finger up like this is it, like, right? This should be number one. All right, let's go through the Paris medal count. Show you the top three. United States, we've got 4 golds, 11 silvers, 11 bronze. And then France, the host, obviously, is in second. They have 5 golds, though. So they do have more golds than us, but we have more medals. And then the People's Republic of China in the top 3. So that's a recap for you of the highlights, again, from yesterday's competitions in Paris. But I want to know how many of you are watching live, watching it early in the morning, and then texting your friends and family or calling your friends and family or putting it all over social media and letting them know already before we get a chance to see it in the evening. My husband came home last night. He's like, oh, yeah, congratulations to the women. And I'm like, hey, I didn't see it yet. Don't tell me yet. I want to see it. Debbie said, saw the surfer. It was unbelievable. Yes. Debbie, also a huge fan of swimming, and Snoop's been a hoot this year. He's everywhere. He did. Did you miss the diving? I did not see the diving. Gymnastics and swimming and volleyball. Stephanie says that she enjoys. Yeah, feel free to drop in anything that you've enjoyed. Saw some other celebrities yesterday. Natalie Portman was there. Nicole Kidman was there. They showed Serena Williams. Obviously, she was there for the opening ceremonies. Some of the other athletes, but anybody that you've seen that made you smile, that you enjoyed from a celebrity standpoint, it's just been really cool. I love watching the Olympics. I grew up dreaming, like so many do, of playing soccer or somehow being in the Olympics. My closest, I played for the Junior Olympics as a goalie. And then, of course, you all know I had my blood clot, and all of that came to an end. And so it wasn't meant to be. But now I think it's why I enjoy watching to another level, is just saying, the dream playing out on so many. Watching in the AM and PM, so you're watching it both? Yeah, so you've got the news beforehand, and then you get a chance to watch it again. All right, everybody, so it is closing in on 7:30. If you have any other comments you want to put, feel free to do so in the next half hour as well. Hi to everybody, by the way, to all that are watching. Jeremy says, TRX, let's go. You see that behind me, huh? Yeah, we're going to do a workout. Russell dancing UPS man. All right, we are trying to set up the interview with Joe Russell Butler, and there's been so many things that have delayed it, but I always believe that things happen in life exactly as they're supposed to. So Russell and I have been talking about rescheduling his interview. Do you follow him, by the way? The dancing UPS man. I've shown some of his videos on and shared them on my pages. I want to not only show you the happiness that he's bringing the world, but the story that he's come from and the overcoming of mental health, depression, anxiety, a lot of things we talk about, because we always want to show you that there is light at the end of a dark tunnel, or what feels like you can never come out of the tunnel. So I mentioned on Wellness Wednesdays that we break that all down for you. But it's also the aspect of when you start to gain more and more and more followers, what people try to do to squash you. It's the same thing in my life coaching and my personal training that I do on a regular basis and have for 26 years. It's talking about hope, positivity, kindness, having more and more and more of that. Hello, Joe Russell, dancing UPS man. Drop a comment in on Instagram if you're still on with us. I'd love to see that. So yes, we're on Instagram, we're on X, we're on Rumble, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, multiple platforms where people are watching us this morning. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to throw you through a workout. I probably shouldn't use the word throw, but just know that it's not an easy one. It's a hard one. So make sure that you check with your doctor, your physical therapist, anybody that's taking care of you right now, to make sure that you can do some of these moves. If not, hang on to this workout, and it might be something that you level up to when you're able. We'll have that when we return. He wants to say, I can't believe I took your son's life. I don't know what I was thinking. I have so much regret and remorse. I've changed my life. Would you accept that apology?
I've never thought of that. Yeah, I would.
Do you think, because you talk about forgiveness, do you think that you all can ever forgive one another and come back together?
It wasn't just right. I'm not perfect. Just because my name is Bush, I don't have it all figured out, and I think they know that too.
I was cyclically depressed, so I could be the happiest person you ever met at 11 a.m. I could be on cloud 9, and by 7 p.m. that evening, I'd be sitting on a couch with a gun in my hands. I mean, hard not to get emotional. I
never feel sorry for being emotional.
I really, I was at a space to where I couldn't believe that I had brought my children into this.
Where's the light? Because many of you probably feel that there's this darkness and there's this thunder cloud that's constantly over you. This family has dealt with so much.
Our journey is our journey. There has to be purpose in this pain. There has to be something more powerful. I have to find something to be blessed about every day. I have to count my blessings and have gratitude every single day.
People around you, right? And being grateful for time spent together with family. And a lot of that is done by a pool. You're looking at the inside of Just Pools, our pool and spa specialist. Remember, they have 10% off chemicals and 30% off of bats. Look at all those fun toys. We bought a couple of those wonderful noodles that you can use in the pool. Maybe a lot of you like a chance to go boating. You can use those as well. But how about those hot tubs? Me personally, I like to jump in and out of a pool and a hot tub, especially as you start to get into the colder weather. So they're not just pool specialists, they are spa specialists as well. And if you want to have a pool built, they can still do so as we get ready to go into fall in just a couple of months. In-ground pools, above-ground pools. That's the one, by the way, at Just Pools. They are on the West Outer Road as you're staying on top. And if there is something really special that you want that makes your pool stand out, the unique design of it all, you can have that done. Just ask them. If you dream it up, you can design it together and they will build it for you. Also, the chemical aspect, let me just stress this. I've had pools for many, many years. It's important for you to make sure that the pH and the alkalinity are proper because it'll start to eat away and erode your lining of your pool, and then that is very costly. So make sure that you're always looking at your chemical base, your pH, and your alkalinity, and that can all be found chemical-wise at Just Pools. There's the outside as well. Just Pools and Spas can not only take care of you on the pool side, but how about the tables, the chairs? You want a brand new fire pit? You want to do those umbrellas? Just ask them. Today, we're going to go pick up our chairs, and you're going to see them right there. Isn't that cool? There's a Monica Blue one. We picked the two-tone, the sand and kind of taupe color of the Adirondack chairs. They are, by the way, made from recycled milk jugs. How cool is that? Just Pools, the pool and spa specialist on the West Outer Road in Arnold. Huh? My husband's down here. He's saying something to me that I did not hear, but okay. Okay, he's going to the store. Bye, honey. All right, giving a shout out to all of you. Ann said I like to watch all the sports in the Olympics. I've been watching the equestrian. Haven't seen that one, but a lot of people talking about is this where they're jumping up on top of the horses? And some Kelsey actually was saying they're dancing on top of horses. Have a great day. Be safe to you as well. Who else? Anybody else that I'm missing? Diane, I love all the team support shown by all countries. Yes, see, it's just kindness that we need to continue to show each other. All right, everybody, if you are just tuning in, I promise to give you some workout tips for the day. I'm going to show you some live, but I'm also going to show you some videos that we shot while we were in Cabo San Lucas. So let's start with that. If you are looking to do some chest workouts, so you want to do what we would call push days, or normally chest, tricep, shoulder days. Well, Michelle took some video for you in Cabo, so I'll show you that. I would recommend, if you're going to try this, that you pick a weight that's light to medium, because this is two exercises done together. We're going to do a press into a fly, and understand that when you go from a press to a fly, normally moving away from the body is a little bit more difficult. So you don't want to really stack up in crazy, crazy heavy weight unless that's your thing. If you're wanting to really put on and bulk in your muscle, then maybe you split these up and you lift heavier in your press aspect. You put that down and you superset by picking up a little bit lighter weight to go into your fly. I knew, and I'm just stressing this because I want to take care of your shoulders, I knew that I could handle this particular weight. So what you would see here is I actually could have lifted heavier in the press version if it was done by itself. But since I was compounding it and doing it together, I used 25s here. So take a look. This is for your chest. This is a dumbbell flat bench press into a fly. And also very important on how I came out of that exercise, right? So if you're lifting heavy weights, I mentioned this last week when we were showing the workouts in Cabo, take those weights, put them on top of your thighs, use your core as you are going to raise up from that flat bench to come back up to a seated position, and then sit there for a second, because all that blood is just rushing to your head, and then that's where you feel a little bit dizzy. But that's the proper way to get up and out of it. Don't drop the weights behind you and put all that stress on your shoulder, and don't try to wrench up with your back. Use your core as you come up slowly. Here's another view for you. Again, as I mentioned, that chest into the fly movement. All right. Do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions about that? Let me know. But that is how you take care of doing kind of as I said, a compound movement, chest and fly together, picking the appropriate weight. A lot of the questions usually come into me of asking, how much weight should somebody use? How many repetitions should they do? How many sets should they do? That's where personal training comes into play. I've got 2 clients coming over here at 9 o'clock this morning. I'm going to put them through the workout that I'm going to show you in just a second. That's the level of personalization that we can do. I can't give you all those answers because I don't know. 1, I don't know your medical background. 2, I don't know any injuries you have. I don't know if you're any limitations. I don't know where your strengths and your weaknesses are right now. But those are the things that we can go through. So if you are interested, and I'll put my email up here for you. If you are interested in anything in the physical, mental, spiritual realm, you're looking for life coaching, you're looking for personal training, private, semi-private, half private. That's what we're doing right now. We would maybe go back and do some classes, but right now a lot of my clients are really wanting more of that individualized focus. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, personal training and life coaching clients, email me right there, the crawl on the bottom of the screen, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. And don't forget that we take care of your health also with our experts on Mondays. Ask the Doctor with Dr. Sarah Jensen with Regional Dermatology. Have you been to her yet? If you have, let me know how your experience has been. I love having her with us every week. Next week, she will be on with us on Tuesday. So we're just flip-flopping a little bit. And she always brings some great guests in, whether they're patients or she collaborates with other doctors. We had Dr. Becky Lynn on the show this week. If you haven't seen that show, listen to it tomorrow at 8 a.m. when we drop the audio podcast, because we loved it so much we wanted to get it out there to the audio platform. And wherever you get your audio podcast, that's what you'll be able to hear tomorrow after tomorrow's show wraps up. So 8 a.m., listen in about perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause, and some groundbreaking things that maybe you didn't know about. And also being able to maybe save you some money, things that are covered by insurance instead of doing a lot of out of pocket. FYI, Debbie says, I'm going to try to remember to come on the 8th. If you haven't heard, we're going to be at Adventure Unknown on the 8th from 4:30 to 6. You can come out and see this beautiful place that's waiting there for you. Travel together, be social together. Just again, having a phenomenal time together. That I cannot wait for. Just super, super cool place. Doesn't that place look awesome? She said she's going to try to, I'm not very good with directions these days. Hubs prints off directions from MapQuest. That's old school. I'm at the mercy of reading those. Fingers crossed that I don't forget and don't get lost. Okay. It'd be great for everybody to come by and see the community that you get a chance to talk to on a regular basis. Okay. Besides that, I'm looking and showing you some of the things that Michelle videoed while we were in Cabo with regards to the fitness side. Here's a level for you to throw in from an endurance aspect. So I like to do some lifting, and then I also like to try to do a little leveling up. So if you have access to a wall ball, and let me stress this to take care of you, I am not saying a medicine ball. I don't want you to slam a medicine ball down. What do you think happens if you use, and hopefully you know what a medicine ball is. What do you think would happen if you took the medicine ball and you slammed the medicine ball down to the ground? Wall balls are great, or slam balls you can use as well if you wanted to do, because I like that to throw in some endurance. You take the ball up, again, not a medicine ball, but a slam ball up, use the core, raise up on your toes for some calf work, and then all out, throwing it down, going down, dropping the butt down as you pick it up. You don't reach over and stress the back. And you could throw that in for maybe 15, 30, 45, 60 seconds, throw in a little endurance, that higher level of intensity, and then go back to your routine of lifting. I like to incorporate that because it helps to burn more calories in a shorter period of time. So you put your lifting together with endurance. As I show you this, and again, I stress, this is a wall ball that I'm using, but there's wall balls, slam balls, you've got your medicine balls, you've got your big Swedish fitness balls. Why am I stressing to not use a medicine ball or a slam ball when you see this particular exercise? Go for it. She's so goofy. That's Michelle again behind the camera. Anybody have a comment on why in the first movement I would not use a medicine ball in particular? The slam ball, let me just give you this answer. The slam ball, if you tried to do the slam ball on the wall, be pretty hard. It would just be flat. it wouldn't have a little bit of a bounce back to you, and you'd have to be super, super close. But there's a reason a slam ball is used to slam to the ground. The wall ball can be used in what I was doing there, the press and trying to get up higher and higher and higher, catch it, come down, get some extra work in the squat, getting some core work. You'll feel it in your shoulders. But the reason you don't use, I guess you don't know, the reason that you don't use a medicine ball in that particular exercise is because, one, it could pop, but most importantly, it usually will bounce back. You're not ready for the immediacy of the bounce back, and it slams people in the face. It hits them in the eyes. That's where injuries come into play. What does the rope do for you? Incredible question, Kathy. A lot of core work, a lot of arm work. You want to lean out those arms. You want to get a really great shoulder burn. I love battle ropes. And the ones that I bought are not as heavy as the ones that you saw me use there. When I picked those up, it was, oh, these are much heavier than the ones that I have at my house. So they have different weight to them. I would recommend that if you want to buy them for the house. Phenomenal endurance exercise. Wonderful way to level up and to, again, burn more calories in your session. I just put them around the beams that I have, obviously, in my basement, and I will throw those in. In fact, my friends absolutely my clients love getting onto the battle ropes. Usually it's a first-time thing of, oh, this is exciting to see. So I like to do the singles. I like to do the doubles, and then I like to do what's called like the snakes. So you come out, and as you can imagine, you're really burning into the shoulder. So Kathy, great shoulder work, wonderful arm, core work. If you're squatting down, you get a little bit of isolation in the legs as well. Anybody else have any questions on what you saw there? And Michelle, again, just signed on. Thank you for videotaping those in Cabo. It's 7:45. I want to tell you about what I have behind me. As I mentioned, I'm going to take you through what I have on the board. And in fact, I tell you what, I will take a break and I'll bring it closer to me so you can see. It's just like people that have gone to CrossFit or all these other gyms where they write the workout of the day on the board. So my clients will come over and they'll see, oh, this is what we have on tap for us. I always recommend that they take pictures of that. Don't try it until they have me run through it, because some of those it's like verbiage that we use in personal training. But I say, take that and write it in your own words or draw little stick figures, whatever you need to do. Take a little video of me doing it and then watch that so that you're performing it properly, that you're not injuring yourself. But a lot of times people will just look at that and they'll try to do it and it's foreign to them and they have it completely wrong. So I always make sure in these 4 that I've written up, as soon as they're ready to do them, and if they've done them regularly, then it's time to move on. I'll erase them all and we'll start to write up some new ones. I do that now for my hardcore dedicated clients. I said, look, I'm ready to level up for you. I'm going to be there for you, but I need to know that you're going to show up. I need to know that you're going to do this. Every week I am weighing them in. We are measuring them. If they're not changing, then we have a heart-to-heart of, what the heck are you doing? Why have you gone up in weight? Why are you not showing yourself the value that you deserve? When I tell you that we talk about all aspects of wellness on Wednesdays, it is really driving into your head that, if you're finding that you're working out hard, but all you're doing is blowing it by what you're eating out or what you're making for yourself and for your family, well, you're just defeating it. And your work constantly, it's like working against yourself, which I don't know why you would do. So let's get this in order. Good morning, Angie. She said she loves the battle ropes. Yes. And there's a guy that was signed on to Instagram who said, TRX, let's go. I mentioned earlier that the Dancing UPS man was watching us this morning. We were trying to get his interview with me back on track. InView Model and Talent Agency. Good morning, Lori. Or maybe it's Abby that's on. Just looking at some new people that might be signing on to Instagram that can't watch us on Facebook. Kelsey did send me a text. It's nice to know because I wasn't sure. She said the YouTube video from yesterday. Well, I know the YouTube is back up, but I want to know if yesterday's show is up on Facebook. So Kelsey, can you tell me that? The YouTube was taken down briefly and I edited it all out and it was back up before I went to bed. But as I take the break, is yesterday's show back up on Facebook? That's what I want to know because it's showing me that it was pulled and that I can only see it. I want to know if that is up there yesterday, if you all can see Kelsey and I together because I absolutely loved yesterday's show. Let me know. All right, when we return in our final 10 minutes, I'm going to run you through and I'm just going to show you so you have proper form. We're not going to do 20, 30 minutes, obviously, of the full workout. If you ever want to do that on a Wednesday or a Friday, let me know. And I could take you through. I could even bring some of you on video showing you doing the workout with me. Today's not one of those days. I'm going to show you I'm going to educate you on form. I'm going to tell you how many sets and reps I'm doing. And then if you have any questions, great. If not, we'll move on to the second, third, fourth, fifth. There's 5 exercises that you're going to do. There are 3 sets that eventually you would do, and I picked 10 repetitions. It doesn't look like it's up on Facebook. That's what I was afraid of, and that makes no sense because we accepted the changes. That's so frustrating. I'm sorry for all of that because there were a lot of people watching that show, but we did share it on YouTube to our Facebook page. That's so crazy. So everybody that didn't get a chance to see yesterday's show, watch it on YouTube. There's 200, I think, almost people that have watched it. And I'm guessing that's because a lot of people were wondering where the heck did the show go. You can watch it on YouTube. And we also shared it on my Facebook page from YouTube. So that'll give you an opportunity. Diane said I watched it on Facebook yesterday morning. Yeah, it was live, but the recorded aspect, unfortunately, is gone. All right, we've got 10 minutes left in the show. We're also going to do our Jesus calling for our devotional as we wrap up. So we bring in faith. That's the spirituality aspect of Wellness Wednesdays. All of that still to come.
Come on, Monica. Let's go, St. Louis. Turn and burn.
Hello, Miss Monica.
Monica.
Hi, guys.
This is a good one. Sometimes you spend like 10 years and you don't got one like this.
Hi, Monica.
It's a feast. It's like a 17-course meal. You're just like, you need a minute. With wine, with a wine pairing and a whiskey pairing.
That is what. There it is.
I think I just have the most beautiful experience. I saw fireworks.
Thank you, Monica, for making our day.
I just again want to gush about my team that I absolutely love. Michelle Harmon, thank you so much for putting together these wonderful promos, showcasing what we can do for you as part of our brand with The Real Monica Adams. Go to my website, TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and you can read the story about where I came from in television and radio and why I decided to take the leap and walk away from my television career and launch this talk show. We have a talk show. We've got our podcast. We do, as you just saw, emceeing, auctioneering, motivational speaking. I've got an afternoon meeting today talking about pairing back up with the 2025 Working Women Show. Excited about that, where we did our speaking engagement this past year. Hopefully you had a chance to come out and see that. If not, definitely want to have you out there next year. I've got some emceeing that I have coming up next month, as well as even being booked already into next year. I'm excited to be part of the big auction with Incarnate Word Academy. We raised more money than they've ever raised, and they said, we want you to come back. So yeah, if you've got an event that's coming up, you've got a nonprofit that's looking to raise money, give me a call, or I should say, shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and my team will take over and we'll get you booked. And again, it doesn't matter whether it's in Missouri, Illinois, we will travel to you. Where would I find this? Debbie, it's on YouTube if you're talking about yesterday's show. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody's comments. Okay, so I promised. Yes, the YouTube version of yesterday's show is on Facebook, Michelle. I promised to show you the workout routine. So 3 sets, 10 repetitions, and there are 5 different exercises that you're going to do. So I'm going to back away from the camera. I'm going to pull the microphone down to me so that you can hear me still. The first one is going to be a curl into a squat. I added something to this routine, though, that my clients that are getting ready to show up in a little over an hour that they're going to be doing. And I purposely wore this because this has been my nickname for, I think, 25 years. My dear friend, Johnny Rabbit, an incredible radio announcer who still works for KMOX, he called me Wonder Woman years ago. And then I've had friends that have bought this for me over the years. I am using 15 and 12-pound weights. I'm dropping into the 12s. Again, my workouts have been not crazy heavy weights. I have gone to more light and medium weights, just kind of leaning out a little bit more. Probably you've seen that play out in videos and pictures. But for the first one, I'm using 15s. Okay, so 15-pound weights. Let me pick up. I got a 12 and a 15. 15-pound weights. All right, so you're going to do these together. You do the curl first and then the squat. So curl, squat, come back up. That would be 1. Curl, squat, and come back up. That would be 2. You would do 10 of those, okay? But it's doing it together, getting more bang for your buck, and making sure that you can handle the upward movement of the curl, squeezing, and then bringing it all the way back down as you go into your squat, and then you're kind of doing that reverse curl. What I don't want is swinging. So here's what I don't want. Okay, that was 2, right? Let's go into rep 3. I don't want this, and then squatting and having your chest go and fold over. So from the side, it's curl, squat, keeping your chest and your shoulders upright. Any questions on that? Let me know. That's right, Kelsey. Great hashtag. Greatest wealth is health. You want to be rich in life? The richness comes from taking care of your health. So curl, squat, 3 sets of 10. You might need a little break because your heart rate might be up there a little bit. You're doing dual movements. I wouldn't use more than a 30 to 60 second break. So one of the things my clients are going to get an aha moment of today is we're going to do this entire routine that they've done before, but we're going to level up because I'm not going to give them much resting time. We're going to go right back into it. I would like to see them get this done in less than 30 minutes. This is definitely a 20 to 30 minute workout routine. No questions, Monica. Jim, Tejans, hi. Jim has been on with us in the past. Wonderful goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Jim, do the workout with me if you want to. He said he has no questions, so he's doing it. So curl, squat. Then the next one goes from a squat to an Arnold press. So because I'm doing a press and I want to protect my shoulder, I'm going to drop down to the 12s. So the squat's the first part. The Arnold press is the second part. So watch. Squat, Arnold press, come all the way up. Finish the movement. Squat, press, squat, press. And let me show you what's happening on the upper part of that. It's actually turning all the way up. And that's the end point, all the way back down in front of me. Do not let the weight pull you forward. Okay? Do not let the weight pull you forward. Any questions on that one? I have a chair, by the way, that I am sitting in right now, but I use that for a lot of people on the point of reference as far as how far down they want to go, and they can tap their butts and then fire right back up again. I tell them to do that just so you have a point of reference. And if you need a little break, you can sit for a second. Don't sit too long. Get right back into it. Linda said thumbs up. No questions on that. Okay, so again, curl squat, 10 repetitions. Or maybe you do, again, this is where I say the personal training comes into play more. If you want to do lighter weights, then maybe you do more repetitions. Maybe you go 12, maybe you go 15, maybe even go 20. You do you, and you customize this program for yourself. So curl squat, then squat Arnold press. Okay, then the third one, which I absolutely love, and I'm very big on showing proper form on this. It is a Romanian deadlift into a rear delt fly, so you're taking care of the rear part of your shoulder. Okay, watch and then do. Romanian deadlift. I'm going to show you from the side. You're going to come down. See the flat part of the back? That's what you do. This is what you don't. Do not do this. Don't fold over. Don't round that back. So we're going to go into the deadlift, pause, and then raising out. I'm going to point to the camera here. You're coming out like this. And again from the side, flat back, and pulling out. What am I working there? Rear delt, deltoid, your shoulder, the rear part, helping you bring those shoulders back, helping you with posture. Women, we stress this during Medical Monday, you have to start doing resistance training. As we get older, you have problems with osteoporosis, osteopenia. The bones become more brittle. I want to help you with that. The only way to do so is by starting a resistance training program. Weight-bearing exercises. That helps with all those things that could possibly come your way. And I have a history of it with my mom. She was told osteopenia, osteoporosis. And I thought, well, so good that my mom has been lifting for a long, long time. So she's making sure that she's helping herself with that. And obviously, if that's coming my way, I'm glad I started that early. You hear I'm a little out of breath and I'm only doing a few repetitions showing you this. That's what's going to happen to you. So we'd be moving through these much faster with not a lot of rest time. But I just want to make sure you have any questions. Jim says, I will try this at 11 o'clock, out visiting my friends at Rawlings. Hello to Eric and all the wonderful staff at Rawlings Experience at Westport Plaza, giving a little shout out as well. Have you seen the custom glove they made for us? This Monica blue glove that says Mobile Monica on it, because we did a Mobile Monica there. If you haven't taken your family, your friends, I think it's a really cool date place. Go to the Rawlings Experience at Westport Plaza and have a bat made for yourself. Have a glove made. If you've got kids that are getting ready to play sports, baseball, softball, doesn't matter. Go to the batting cages. It's so cool. And if you have people visiting from out of town, take them there. It's a cool place to go. Have a great new guest for you. Thank you, Jim. He's given us some good ones for sure. So I've shown you 3. Again, repeating: curl, squat, then squat, Arnold press, then Romanian deadlift, and your rear delt raise. The 4th one, and we've got 5 total, and we're wrapping up for you. The 4th one, I'm going to drop to my 12s again. Why am I doing this? Because I'm going to protect my back. This is a sumo squat. So think about a sumo wrestler, how deep they get out with their legs and their feet. I'm going to I don't have a cameraman or a woman with me right now, so let me just back off. You can see I'm going to take my legs way out like a sumo wrestler. I'm going to put the weights here in front of me. Then you will love me because of the way it sculpts your legs. Trust me on this. It is a kickstand. You're going to kind of put your body in a kickstand. A kickstand row with a step back. And I'm going to back off the camera and show you this. I'm going to do a couple on both sides. Now, for the rowing aspect, that's where you're probably going to be able to lift heavier. But remember that you have to come back up out of it. So the heavier the weight it is, the more you're having to go from the ground to get back up. So watch. I'm going to show you without talking because that's taking a lot of the extra energy out of me. So this is number 5. It is a kickstand. And so let me show you here. Let's go this way. You are getting into, I'm going to have to show you the bottom part of it. Let me just get in position. Okay, I'm in a kickstand. Row, step back, and then drop down to the ground. Let me back off here. Out of the way. There we go. Okay, here. And then other leg. Okay, so you see how kickstand, row, step back. I'm touching my knee to the ground. By far the hardest move. That's the one that some people sometimes have questions on. Do you have any questions on any of that? I may have shown you that routine before, but here's the added thing. So I always try to level up. I added something in that. So after all of those are done, all 5 exercises, I come over to my Bosu ball, and that's what I'm going to show you before we read from Jesus Calling and wrap up the show today. I go over to the Bosu ball, do some stabilization, core, and a little upper body work. Instead of being on my elbows for a plank, I did it on my hands. So my clients that are coming over in now less than an hour, this is what you're going to do in between all of that. Let me drop this down. So this is a Bosu ball. In case you've ever wondered, this is what you might see in a gym. You can do work on the blue side and on the black side. I'm going to turn it this way. Set the timer for 60 seconds. Hold on to it. Push up. Engage the core. Keep your head looking straight down so there's no deep bend, no big raise. Just here, straight line, squeezing my glutes, squeezing my thighs, engaging my core, pressing against it, and doing that for Well, for me, I did 60 seconds. Doesn't that look like a great routine? So I wrote it up today saying a routine fit for an Olympian, right? To get you ready. Get you ready to be in the Olympics yourself. Any questions on any of that? Let me know. So one more time, you can write this up for yourself. Squat curl, 10 reps, 12 reps, 15, whatever you want to use. Curl Arnold press, Romanian deadlift, rear delt raise, sumo squat with the dumbbell chest press. And then the last one is the kickstand dumbbell row, stepping back. When you step back, you're going back into that split squat. I touch my knee down to the ground. That's what makes it harder because you're going all the way down and then you're having to come all the way back up. When I stress whatever weight you're using to do your row, you might be able to do heavier weight in the row, but it's the fact that when you get back into that split squat, open the body up, touch that knee down, get yourself completely perpendicular. You're having to use the weight that's down on the ground, whatever you chose, to get yourself back up. Look, I'm out of breath a little bit. It's crazy. I hope you enjoy that. Again, 3 sets of 10 of that. And when you do the workout, let me know how it worked for you. Let me know how difficult it was. I usually ask my clients on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being easy, 10 being difficult. What level was that for you? Let me know. Yeah. Okay. So the other aspect of a Wellness Wednesday is that we give you some spiritual health, that we give you physical health, that we give you mental health. Did you like? Oh, great. Linda said she loves those. I'm glad to hear. By the way, this is the final day of the month. Can you believe that? We are wrapping up July and getting ready to go into August. This year is moving so ridiculously fast. My husband's birthday is actually this coming Sunday. Excited to celebrate the love of my life, who just ran off to Walmart. Hopefully he's getting some stuff for us because my refrigerator was barren when I came back from Cabo. I'm like, I have no food. Okay. Again, if you haven't seen, I want to thank Marilyn for giving this to us. This is the Jesus Calling book, Enjoying Peace in His Presence. And this is from the late Sarah Young. Trust me in the depths of your being. It is there that I live in constant communion with you. When you feel flustered and frazzled on the outside, do not get upset with yourself. You are only human. You got to remember that. People put that perfectionist mindset on themselves, and that's where we go wrong, unfortunately. You are only human, and the swirl of events going on all around you will sometimes feel very overwhelming. And that's the part of mental health that really takes over. How are you able to handle that? Do you get really depressed and angry? That's what gets hard. Rather than scolding yourself for your humanness, remind yourself that I am both with you and within you. I can't believe this is the one I'm reading today. This is crazy. I went to church this past Sunday at the Crossing in Fenton, and the message was that He is with you. He is within you. He is bestowed within you. He is in front of you. He is behind you. He is beside you. And the Holy Spirit is bestowed within you. So what does that mean? That God is always with you, that He's always been there before you. He will help you take that next step forward. You just have to be willing to follow. He's already been there in the past with you. All the past that's not serving you, leave it there. Learn from it. Let Him guide you, because when He feels like you're stuck in the past, He will move His positioning from being in front of you, beside you, and within you, and stand behind you to help push you forward, to say, don't stay there. That is not serving you anymore. Remember where you came from, but don't stay in the drama. I hope that helps you. I am with you at all times, encouraging and supportive rather than condemning, because a lot of people condemn themselves. I know that deep within you, where I live, my peace is your continued experience. Slow down your pace of living for a time. Quiet your mind in my presence. That's something I'm constantly telling myself. There you will be able to hear me bestowing the resurrection blessing. Peace be with you. Oh, that's a beautiful one. What a great way to wrap up the month of July as we get ready to go into this. Can you believe it? August already. Unbelievable. All right, everybody. So I'm doing all the things I preach about. Getting ready to drink my water. And I want to thank my beautiful friend Sherry for giving this to me. It says Dog Mama, Adelaide, Tessa, and this says Aubie because when we first named him, my husband said he wanted him to be named Aubie for the mascot for Auburn in Alabama, since we're big fans of Auburn football. And I said Opus, so we call him Aubie Opus. Thank you always for a positive, fun, and great podcast. You're welcome. Stephanie, thank you for the good tips. The Romanian lift exercise made me laugh. Have a good day. Off to the YMCA for swim class. Why did it make you laugh? Maybe she's never done that way before. I'm not sure. So yes, what did I just say? Oh yeah. So water, hydration. Very important. Taking care of the mental health. I said my prayers this morning. I picked my word and it was rejuvenate. That's my word for today. Getting ready to eat this. So I have a little nutrition and then I'll eat a bigger meal, nutritious meal, whole food meal after my clients. But I've got a couple things to do before my clients come over to take care of them. We've got a full show that we did for today, wrapped up all the Olympics, gave you some news, gave you the weather. And again, one more time as we wrap things up, let's end this 99, 98 for your crazy hot days that are ahead, but 110 to 112 heat index. Very, very dangerous. Take care of yourself first. Take care of those around you. After we get past tomorrow, we start to go into the lower 90s, but we're taking away those crazy high heat indices. Stephanie says, because today would have been my Romanian grandpa's birthday. Oh, how cool is that? All right, everybody. So again, I hope you got a little something out of today's show that you can take and carry forward, share with your following, those that you love, make sure that they know. Let's see. Really quick over on Instagram. Is it Granite? I read this every morning. I have been for several years. Well, great. Thank you so much for watching. And as I mentioned, if you have friends and family that want to watch the show and they're not on Facebook, remind them, as I just popped over to Instagram, that we are also on Instagram, on X, on Facebook, and on Rumble. So Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Rumble. Multiple platforms for you so that you can watch and not say, hey, I'm not on Facebook. You can watch wherever you want to watch from. Thank you so much. Again, let's see, we're going to check in. We've got a couple on YouTube Live. We've got 19 on Facebook, 21 on X. We've got 4 on Rumble, making up our almost 40 that are watching right now live. But a lot of you watch later. Do me a favor and do a little hashtag replay so that it catches my attention and I can answer any questions. And if you have any comments, that I can always make sure that I see those. I love you all dearly. I can't wait to see you a week from tomorrow at Adventure Unknown, again from 4:30 to 6. We've got some massive, and I do mean probably the biggest giveaways we've ever had. You got to be there in person, though. I will award some presents to those that are watching, but I want you to be there to see this wonderful community. Have some fun with us. 4:30 to 6, an hour and a half show. Stick around, have some drinks and food, social hour afterwards. And just, again, find the community that's been waiting for you all along. Love you all. Enjoy the day. Stay inside as much as possible. If you go outside, remember, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And when you do bump into somebody new, shake their hand, say hello, give them a compliment, and show the love of kindness. God bless you all. Have a beautiful day.